temporarily ignoring England, which has been developing its own foreign policy ever since it departed with this exact intention in mind due to dissatisfaction with the previous arrangement. If you've been paying attention to Germany's recent speeches, Germany has slowly started to express that the European Union is an obstacle for it. It has become a burden, and there are noticeable signs of this. What are these signs? Now, the text consists of about 134 characters. It says, I won't implement certain things. For example, Schengen is currently being implemented in a limited manner. It is setting up checkpoints at its customs. In other words, those customs points that were previously removed are being reestablished. Frankly, I think it's very difficult to say that the European Union is acting as a whole right now. I mean, it's very difficult. For example, Emmanuel Macron and the Italian Prime Minister hate each other. They clearly hate each other. Politically, Spain and France are not very divergent. There is a significant political and economic rivalry between Germany and France. So yes, the European Union is called a union, but ultimately to say that competition has been eliminated you can't say that really. Moreover, the expansion process and the subsequent problems have actually significantly harmed EU's dominant countries. So, the countries that joined later did not suffer much damage from this, but the major countries that were initially involved began to suffer much more. In my opinion, Emmanuel Macron did not go there for the European Union. As you just mentioned, for his own future, both for his own political future and for the political future of France, because Macron is also being ousted from Africa. He currently has a military presence in 2 African countries. They asked for the evacuation of all the bases in the other countries, and as the countries are being evacuated one by one, he is now left in 2 countries. Remains, and Macron. One of the most important factors that economically sustained France was the money it seized by exploiting Africa. Now that is being written. How will you respond to it? Either you will go to war, alternatively, you can attempt to secure immunity from America's tariffs by utilizing the services of another country, exploring loopholes and exemptions. I think they are trying to play towards that direction. Break time? Honestly. Just now, my dear professor said, break time 0.6. My dear friend said, I mean, when I look at the processes we are going through, I kind of like this. I am shocked and awe. He said, actually, all these processes have happened in the past as well, but perhaps this time the level of arrogance has increased a bit. Otherwise, in the end, imperialism always got its due. There is no move it makes without a response anywhere in the world. It isn't doing so today either, but things have started to head towards the point of arrogance. So, does it realize? Does the world realize? In other words, as it becomes more arrogant, do societies shake themselves up and bring themselves together? For example, does it happen like this? Is it the United States or the European Union that will give us a lesson in democracy? Do you see any kind of breakthrough, for instance? A political breakthrough? A change in political vision concerning life? I'm saying this for Turkey as well. I'm saying this for the world as well. For instance, is the jargon changing? No. Let the system continue. Look, let the system continue. And accept it this way. Accept it. He made numerous remarks about Canada. They found common ground with Canada. France made remarks about Mexico. They found common ground. There was nothing left unsaid about France. You know, he made the most absurd statements about Macron. For Netanyahu, if I were to say it here, RTUK would shut this place down. It was a word containing profanity. He uttered the most severe word containing profanity. But in the end, everyone leaves by kissing and hugging each other. In this political structure, do you think societies can feel secure? Never. I mean, there is a law in the world. And will this law protect itself? We will touch on this shortly. I will mention it when the time comes with a little anecdote. Sweden said something. Writers in Sweden have started writing about it. The United States is not enforcing Article 5. This is the future of NATO. Oh, welcome, by the way. Welcome, Sweden. They are talking about Article 5. They are saying it for Denmark. I mean, you form an alliance to defend a man's territorial integrity in Denmark? You want the man's land? Welcome, Sweden. Welcome to the homeland. You will encounter them more often, and we will see each of them in a much different way. I am learning my lesson. Every time.